What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Beyond the Grave Media. This is Josh here checking in with you for part 2 of a Thanksgiving double feature. Happy Thanksgiving. If this is the second video, find something you're thankful for. I want to talk about a new Criterion release that I just got in. But before we get there, I want to just kind of rant for a second about how annoyed I can be sometimes with the Criterion Collection and how everyone is such a Criterion fanboy and they mark out so hard for this label, and I don't understand like how this label runs. So I've got a little stack. These aren't all of the Criterion that I have, but it's just a small stack, okay, of some films that I just want to go through really quickly because I don't understand. I just got this movie. It came out a month ago. Okay, so the new movies that I get on 4K that I think does it have to do with the quality of the movie, the kind of movie? Because the first one we're talking about tonight is Gummo on 4K. This came out like October 22nd, and this is a beautiful release. We're gonna get into it. As you can see, no fucking slip cover, no slip case, no softbox, no nothing, right? And I would be like, maybe it's because it's like a disturbing, maybe kind of drama horror adjacent film, and so maybe they don't put those on that, but that doesn't add up because I also have Solo, which has been out forever, and if you order this thing new, it comes in this kind of soft box, right? The movie and everything I can't show you because it's nasty, is inside, and it's protected by this wonderful little sleeve, and it looks great and everything. And so then you got films like A Princess Bride, right? 4K Criterion, and it's got a damn book. It doesn't really need a soft box, but it's really well protected. Menace to Society, better than Boys in the Hood. I said what I said. Look at this thing. It's got this little, right? The sleeve is the jail cell, so it doesn't need a slipcase because it's got this soft slip. Then you have a movie from David Fincher, an amazing Michael Douglas flick. This is just a Blu-ray, okay? It's just a Blu-ray. The Game, right? Horrible artwork, I think, but reversible, great fucking movie. No slip. Easy Rider, one of my favorite cult films, one of my favorite Jack Nicholson movies of all time. This is what really sold me on Jack Nicholson. A Dennis Hopper film. Beautiful, right? Reversible, awesome little booklet, no slip. Thelma and Louise, probably my favorite film that I bought this year as far as the way that it looks, the reference quality from 2024. Thelma and Louise, amazing film from Ridley Scott, right? Soft box, comes out, it's got all these features, right? I'm gonna look at all this. It's got a book, it's beautiful to look at. The release is just stellar, right? And it's the same price as I'll be able to get this fucker back in there. Night of the Living Dead, nice little soft box, right? A little side scroller, if you will. It looks incredible, beautiful. Pink Flamingos, I just got this. I did not have it before. This thing's been out forever. The John Waters movie, Kelly Devine, okay? And I like to use a knife. Pull your fucking Blu-rays out of there. Keep this has got a hype sticker. You want those on there. It looks cool. Pull that thing out. Slipcase, Kelly Devine, right? We might review this. It's got a nice little poster and insert. Okay, it's supposed to be a feature film. Pink Flamingos, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about, right? Slipcase, okay, slip cover, whatever you want to say. Eraserhead, I love this style. The soft little slider, right? My favorite David Lynch movie. I mean, arguably, Twin Peaks is incredible. But Eraserhead, this was the one that really sold me. Beautiful trance, everything about Criterion there. It's perfect, it's premium. This came out last year. The Others, 4K, double disc, okay? Nicole Kidman. Did not have the option of a slip. Another one that I have in there. Videodrome, right? It folds out. It's got a nice little side fucking scroller. I don't get it. What are you doing, Criterion? I just bought this movie. Did I not pay enough to get it? It's because it was on sale? Why did they do that? Somebody that knows Criterion, explain it to me like I'm 5. I don't get it. And I'm not trying to say that if I had a slipcover, it would make the movie better, because we're talking about Gummo. We're talking about Gummo, for Christ's sake, right? It's a drama, it's an indie, it's not supposed to be. It's kind of a serious film, but it's just a bunch of vignettes. Like, we're going to get right into that, but why does it not have a slipcover? I know I got it for half off because that was their sale. Do they not give you that if it's on sale? Am I missing it? Thanks for being here. Let's get right into this. In 1997, Harmony Korine released one strange, disturbing indie drama called Gummo, a close-up and in-your-face look at one hell of a small town in Ohio that feels like it was prime Pill Mill West Appalachia. It's an odd feature that doesn't have a linear through line. Instead, it's spun with a web of characters that seem to represent the utter gutter of blue-collar America and a trashed out side of suburban upbringing. To this day, I'm not really sure what the point of this movie is, but I can tell you that this 4K from Criterion looks and sounds incredible, almost reference quality, minus the shot on film VHS segments that kind of interfere and interweave their way through the so-called story. Gummo, it's one fucking tooth decay filled scummy experience that just so happens to look better than your stepsister and grimier than ever before. What sets it apart for me is that soundtrack, specifically the intro, where I guess the two leads of the story are out collecting cats to sell by the pound and go rip-roaring down the hill while the band sleep and all their doom metal and weed smoke bring things somewhat into focus. This is about as good as the film is gonna get, and about as nice as it pretends to be. In a story where the two young boys are young, angry, and poor, they just seem to be miserable. In a story set in a tornado-ravaged town full of bare minimum amenities and blue-collar ideals, the folks left seem to be rotting as a product of their upbringing and circumstances. The director set out to make a film chock full of things he'd never seen before, nihilistic over parody, and definitively a product of its time. The mid-90s, they were full of nihilism and anti-authority hit pieces such as Kids, Serial Mom, Nowhere, and Happiness, and Gummo all but exposed a side of North America that would never ever recover. There are scenes in this film that will stick with you forever. Tasteless, perverse, or ignorant. You know, it's a side of humanity most of us would rather just ignore. The bunny pissing off the side of the overpass, the handicapped sister happy for attention in the sex tray, the cats, the bathtub. You know what I'm saying. This is abrasive, it's snot-nosed, it's sarcastic, and it's mean. Let's talk about some of these scenes. So first off, I want to say that when I watched this movie, it was probably like 99 or 2000, so I was impressionable when I watched it. I just watched some Larry Clark film, like I think I watched Kids before I seen this, and that movie jacked me up, but Gummo was just as effective. I remember being like really like I thought it was really off-putting and different and strange, but I like that. I've always liked films that are experimental and indie. I don't know what it is. I usually prefer movies like that. So this did not bother me. I thought it was good when I watched it. I was like, this is a wicked change of pace. When I think about it, it reminds me of like tech theater classes and having to study like classic films and then going into things that were, you know, just indie people that were just taking a chance with their filmmaking style and shaky cam and the music they chose. I just thought it was different, and I was kind of a rebellious kid. So for me, I thought it was great. I really liked it when I watched it. And then I didn't think about Gummo for a long time until my buddy Two Crows was like, man, you gotta watch Gummo. I was like, oh, that's a trip, right? There's cats, there's things in there that are very off-putting, there's family dynamics, there's incest, there's a lot of things that are like not okay in this film, and I don't really know what the point of that is. I don't know, you know, what the director's trying to get out of it, but I mean, because it bothered me, I thought it was effective and I thought it was a good film. So I think my stance stays. I still like Gummo as a film. It's not going to be for everybody. A lot of people are going to be really annoyed with this movie. There's animal cruelty, there's inbreed, there's rednecks and people just treating other people like trash, mental disability, like all kinds of things that are not okay. It doesn't have a real through line, so it's kind of hard to predict like where it's going to go. It's almost just like a hit piece on that part of the world. I don't know. But for me, I mean, it's a nasty movie, and I don't think it's a drama. It's an indie. Yeah, I mean, I still don't mind it. So when I got this from Criterion, the transfer, the 4K has no damn business looking this good. The sound that you get with this, I forget what it is, but I have a true Dolby Atmos system, but this is just DTS HD. But when that sleep song comes on, there's a Mortician song. Is it Skin Peeler? There's Bathory's on here. There's some great black metal. when those songs come on, I mean, they sound so much more intense. And I know that they're probably boosted through the system, but it just, when they're going down that hill and that sleep song is playing, I mean, that Weed Eater stuff, it's so good. So I revisiting this thing, man, I had a great time. And as much of a good time as you can have, like kind of feeling dirty, right? That's kind of the idea of the movie. This is going to ruin your Thanksgiving for sure. There's horrible things in it. There's, I mean, it's hard to describe, but yeah, it's just backwoods, kind of West Virginia. If you've seen the Wild, Wonderful Whites of West Virginia and the Jesco, like the whole family, right? And Hank 3's there interviewing everybody, and you get kind of the whole, it's like that. It's this family, but it's the whole town, and everyone's just kind of tornado ravaged. I still don't mind it. 1997. It's surprising that Criterion puts this kind of film out, and then also, you know, a film like Solo, because they are the complete, when I think of Criterion, they're the complete antithesis of what they should do. But I mean, it looks incredible. There's stupid special features where the guy, you know, he made, what was it, Spring Breakers and The Beach Bum. He's made some, I don't really like a lot of his films, but he's a weirdo, and he made one hell of a film. Like, you're never gonna forget that bathtub scene, at least not me, when he's just in the bathtub and he's saying how his mom won't feed him right, and homeboy's just sitting there trying to get clean. His mom comes in and she brings him a plate of the worst looking spaghetti I have ever seen, and he's just sitting there and he sets it on the thing and he just starts munching it. It's just like this poorly reduced, there's no meat, there's no cheese, it's just this like horrible tomato sauce. It's kind of brown colored, and he's just like eating it in the bathtub, and the water is fucking piss green, and fucking the bathtub itself is cracked and horrible. On the side of the wall there's a piece of bacon taped up with masking tape, and he's just sitting there eating it. His mom comes in, she gives him a little encouragement with the meal, she starts kind of washing his fucking hair and shit, and he's finally comfortable, and it's like, oh, this is their normal. It's like, it's kind of like what you're not supposed to see. Maybe that's the point of the movie, I don't know, but that scene is so effectively disgusting, just gross. And then she like answers the door, and the little, you know, Boy Scouts or whatever, they're selling candy bars, and she comes in and she gives him the chocolate, and before he can even take a bite, he drops it in the water. He drops it in the fucking water, and then he pulls it out, and the candy bar, the crunch bar, is dripping with that green black water, that horribleness, and he's just like slowly putting it down. He's got soap in his little hair, it's all twisted up. He's probably just lost his virginity. He's trying to work out. Horrible. It's horrible, man. I can't. I'm telling you, it's a rough scene. But I think Gummo, it's not gonna be for everybody. But this Criterion, the picture quality is a 10. The sound quality, if it's not a 10, it's a 9. The special features, there's not a ton. And give me the damn slipcase. I just bought this thing. That would probably put the whole package over, but if you're a fan of that movie, that's the version that you want. That's what you need. So yeah, Gummo, not for everybody. That bathtub scene is legendary. If you know, you know. If you want to see more from me, please like, comment, subscribe, and then follow me on social media. Talk some shit down in the comments. Are you a fan of Gummo? Do you mind the dead animals, the little, oh man, the dude, the guy like whoring out his sister, some of the horrible language, right? It's just these weird scenes. It's just like all these little vignettes, and they're all so effective. The kid pissing off the bridge, then getting killed. It's just like, it's bizarre. It's a total trip. It's a total mindfuck. And I don't mind it. I think it holds up. So if you're a fan of that movie, check this out. Take care of yourselves. Happy Thanksgiving. Maybe don't watch Gummo today if you ordered this thing. But, you know, Black Friday when you got nothing else to do and everybody's gone, they're out there like losing their minds with consumerism, that's your time to put on Gummo. Take care. Cheers.